Hey everybody. You know, well, I'll just go ahead and say it. I actually like the Miss Marvel miniseries that they did on Netflix. Yes, I actually like it. I've seen bits and pieces of some of the reviews people have been giving out for weeks now, and I'm kind of like, okay, has anyone watched this thing? I'll admit, Jeremy from the Quartering and JSG and a few others are like, oh, this sucks. Okay, did you watch any of it? Because I watched it and I thought it was okay. I would have to give it, if it was out of 10 stars, I'd have to give it a 7. I mean, it's not the world's greatest thing, but then again, considering the source, which is the Miss Marvel, all brand new Miss Marvel comics that's been around for a few years now, eh, I got to give it credit. It did things well. I don't understand necessarily some of the hate the show is getting, other than, well, the Miss Marvel comics were considered to be okay. Now, I'm a fan of the comics, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I've watched all 6 episodes, and I can say overall they did pretty well, keeping with as much as the source material as possible, but I understood why they changed her powers. For one, the special effects budget on that one would have been extremely expensive. And that's pretty much the only reason I can think of that they did it that way. I did like how they kept to the idea of family being important. That was one of the big things that was ever so slightly missing in the comics at certain points. But I did like the fact that they kept to the idea that this girl has a family that is involved in her life. And they actually made the actresses, and actors in the show act their age. They're teenagers, so they're going to do stupid stuff. They're going to argue with their parents. They're going to have all of the angst. They did that in the show, which impressed me because generally with Americans, when it comes down to putting teenagers in a show, they always have the teenagers acting as if they're older than they actually are, and more well behaved and more mature and blah, 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 blah. You get used to it after a while. But I liked what I saw with this show. It had me smile more, a lot more than cringe, which is why I would give it a 7 out of 10 stars, which I guess would be a 4 out of 5 stars if we were to scale it back a little bit. I know once again people are going to say, what the hell, man? It's a woke crap fest. No, it wasn't. I've read the original all brand new Miss Marvel comics. It wasn't woke until what, year 3 or year 4 of the comic, and then it started getting into the woke shit. This show was not woke at all. Now, it wasn't grounded and rooted in conservative values, but it did kind of feel like it was going back to what Marvel used to try to put out with the Avengers and all that other stuff. Really good story writing in most cases. And like I said, it stuck to a lot of what was in the comics with character development, family, things like that, which is good. Now, for those of you wondering why the comic went to shit, by year 3, the main reason why is it was originally, the idea for the comic and the characters, all of that was originally come up with by a practicing Muslim woman. And then they pulled her off right around year 3 because they just wanted to do it themselves. Gosh, we've got to screw this up. We can't have this great woman writing the comic. Now, the original reason some people were given for that is because, well, she's not brown. Yes, the original writer of Miss Marvel was a white woman who had converted to Islam a number of years ago. And she was a good writer. She was a good artist. But no, they couldn't have her doing the comic after a while because she's not brown. Stupidity. Stupidity at its height. But that's Marvel for you. Well, I'll have to look at the ratings, but I wouldn't be surprised if the ratings are already like, oh, it's a shit fest, like 43% of the audience actually liked it or something, Rotten Tomato score is probably horrid. But that's on them. I'm not going to write a letter to anybody saying, oh, we have to support Mrs. Marvel. No. it's good enough that I like it, but I don't expect everybody else to like it. I really don't. If this turns out to be good, then so be it. If they continue it, I don't think they will. From what I saw, they're going to have the woman who plays Captain Marvel pop up later on in this new series called The Marvels. We'll see how that goes. But I just had to put my 10 cents in on this one. I liked the show. All 6 episodes. I wonder why they only had 6. But either way, it was a good show. I liked what I saw. Maybe they'll have a season 2, but I kind of doubt it. Either way, though, this is one of the few Marvel TV shows that I think did really well. And, well, if we see more of it, then good. If not, what can I say? It's life. All right, everybody, take care and have a great day.